My name is Shantae Curls, and I will be doing the sociology slam poetry. So I will be starting that now. Sociology, the study of the development, structure, and functioning of human society. But to be honest, it's a subject that gives me constant anxiety. It deals with social class to race to gender to sex to culture, and can't forget about deviance. Just to name a few because I don't want to get too tedious. To begin all of this, I would like to talk about culture. You see, it's a group of people that share the same values, language, social norms, and even artifacts. It's everywhere from a group of friends in high school that's on the same volleyball team to people that share the same ethnicity. And now, yeah, it's all fun and games until social norms get in the way and stops you from doing your own thing. For example, it is a social norm to have a black man incarcerated than for them to be out. I don't really want to call it the judicial system, but most of the cases are found with reasonable doubt. This can be seen in the documentary The 13. I don't want to repeat what it's about because we've all seen it. So let me just give you another movie that deals with a different social norm but still makes a black man conform. Let me ask you, when you think about a black man, what does he symbolize? Well, in Moonlight, it implies that a black man is a criminal, aggressive, hypersexualized. Now tell me, is this stereotype a lie? Does this not classify a black man in our culture? It seems like I'm on a roll now. I might as well talk about deviance. And I'm not really about to be lenient. When it comes to deviance, it's the exact opposite of a social norm. Something that deviates from what people generally accept as a norm. Like, picture this. A black man, gay. Talk about culture shock. Oh my god, he's even saying, hey! Damn, this sounds like a movie I mentioned earlier. Moonlight. Wow, I guess art does imitate life. Now let's get back on track and talk about race and social class. First, race, which I'm sure we all know about. Most of the time you can assume a person's race by their hair or skin color. Pretty simple, right? But some people use it out of spite. For example, whites are seen as the superior race. It's really hard to say that with a straight face. Although all throughout history that has been the status quo. Moreover, you have to remember that there's a difference between race, ethnicity, and nationality. In this video, what kind of Asian are you? A white man is trying to figure out where an Asian woman is born. He wants her to say somewhere in Asia because she's Asian. Unfortunately for him, she is born in sunny San Diego, California. You see, he wanted her to be a unicorn, so now he's torn between his reality and the real reality. So now he is going to punch his control key and say, where are you actually from? The problem here is that he wanted to know her race, so now he's putting in a little bit more bass in his voice. He gave such a broad question to which she assumed that he wanted to know her nationality, not her ethnicity or race. So she just gave her birthplace. This issue happens when a person has never really been around someone with a different ethnicity, which is most likely to happen because of social class. I know you have heard about it at least once in your life. It's kind of like when people are up in first class drinking champagne on an airplane while second class is stuck on a chair that has a blood stain. That metaphor is a little bit extreme, but I couldn't just give you a daydream to help build your self-esteem. However, the reason why there is a such thing as a 1% is because of social class, whether it be upper class, middle class, working class, or just poor. To start off, being poor and the working class is two different things. The working class has a decent education, but most of the time they are just factory workers and etc. They're essentially the backbone of America, while poor people have little to no education and have less opportunity to have a job and need government assistance, which the upper class likes to maintain a certain distance from. Now, what is the difference between middle class and upper class? The difference is upper class doesn't need to have a job to sustain their lifestyle, while middle class does to a certain extent, to which they have to consent to because they would like to keep their wealth. In the movie I've been referencing, you can see what social class the main character is in. I can tell you this much. He's in a neighborhood where sipping on gin as a kid is the norm, so you probably won't see him living in a dorm. Now, let's proceed to gender and sex. Gender is deemed to just be male and female. However, that's only because of reproductive organs you have. Another way you can tell what gender you are is by puberty, whether it be voice change or facial hair or menstruation, which really needs no explanation. Moreover, when it comes to analyzing a gender, you can see it in the video Like a Girl, where it is predominantly known that when you say run like a girl, it is an insult, even when you are an adult. People view women as less than men, thus meaning weaker. Now, I don't want to be a problem speaker, but this is intersectionality, where you can be a white woman having a lot of opportunities in the world, but yet you are still a woman, so you are still lower. Now, when you look at sexuality, it's a whole other world, kind of like a dream world. Almost every time you think you know every sexuality there is in the world, two more get added in. Now, we have all heard gay, lesbian, and straight. There are much, much more. You have polysexual, monosexual, androsexual, gynosexual, but going into depth with that would be a little too much. But in sociology, you have to hit these three main points to identify as any sexuality, which is 1, attraction, 2, involvement, 3, identification. Now, I'm not about to make a declaration, but Moonlight, the movie I've been mentioning, touches based on sexuality too. The main character, Cairo, is gay. However, he doesn't listen to Bey, which is a short version of Beyonce. Let's get back to intersectionality, which is interconnected nature of social categorization such as race, class, gender, and as they apply to a given individual regarded or group regarded as creating an overlapping interdependent system of discrimination or disadvantage. For example, if you are a white man, which is very privileged, yet you are gay, you can still be discriminated against. That is what they mean by overlapping and interdependent, no matter race, class, gender, or anything of the sorts. Now, no need to be tense, but this is reality for a lot of people, maybe even a few thousand people. Now, I hope you enjoyed my slam poetry on sociology, and it was great having you this semester, so thumbs up for you and me because we made it. So have a good day.